my channel. If you are new, hi, my name is Kendall, and here we talk about all things makeup related, and sometimes other stuff, not always. So today I am so excited because this is my first ever collab that I've ever done, and it is with someone that I love so much on here, and that is BRIT CLARKE. There she is right there. I love Brit so much. I discovered Brit not too long ago, actually, this year. She kept popping up in my recommended videos. She does a ton of live streams and they kept popping up and I was like, who is this? And then I finally, was watching one, and she is so fun. She's so kind and she's so funny. And she really gives like a sense of community on here. So Brit does a lot of live streams. She does regular videos too, of course, but something that I really think is so awesome about her is all the live streams that she does. She does them almost every other day, if not daily, and they're so fun. She's always pumping out new, fresh content. I've made so many friends on here through Brit and her live streams, and when she asked if I wanted to do a collab, I literally was like, so excited because I have so much love and respect for her. If you did come from Brit's channel, then hi, I'm so happy to have you here. I hope you consider subscribing and that you stick around. I would absolutely love to have you. So for this video, we are going to be doing a brands that we tried in 2020. These are not necessarily new brands that came out in 2020, but they are new to us. So I made a list on my phone. I tried to remember as much as I could for everything that I tried. 2020 was such a big year for me in makeup. I really kind of got on the grind with my channel and started taking YouTube more seriously. I decided, hey, this is what I want to do and this is what I'm really passionate about. I have so much fun making videos and I have so much fun playing with makeup. So 2020 was the year that I really got into brands. I started venturing out into more brands that I'd never heard of before. So I do have quite an extensive list. So this is going to be like my quick rundown. I'm going to tell you the brands that I tried, if I liked them, what I liked about it, what I didn't like it. I'm going to try to keep these going as fast as I possibly can because I feel like we're going to be here for a while. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so right away, I want to go ahead and kick things off with the brand that I tried in 2020. It is a new brand that came out in 2020, and if I am not a diehard #1 fan, stan as the kids say, Rare Beauty. Rare Beauty is probably my favorite makeup brand of all time. Am I saying that because I'm a huge Selena Gomez fan? I am a huge Selena Gomez fan, but I'm not saying how much I love Rare Beauty because Selena Gomez is behind it. I think I love it even more because she's behind it, but that's not the reason. I basically have a full face of Rare Beauty on right now, aside from the eyeshadow and mascara. The brow product, the foundation, the blush, the highlighter, and the lips are all Rare Beauty. I am absolutely in love with every single product that I have tried from Rare Beauty. The liquid lip souffles are the standout for me. I absolutely love them. It's the most fantastic formula. I will say the only two things I have not tried from the brand are the like lip balms and also that little that compact thing with the powder puff, just because I knew I wouldn't get any use out of that. And I'm not a big lip balm person. I'd rather just get like a matte lip. I know a lot of people had some issues with the foundation, and I will say quickly, because I don't want to ramble on about Rare Beauty forever and ever, even though I totally could. I will say I do have some hit or miss moments with the foundation. The first time I tried it, I wore it all day at work. I work in an office, and it was flawlessly beautiful by the end of the day. Nothing, no creasing, no nut, like absolutely like perfection. The best foundation I've ever tried. But then the second and third time I tried it, I definitely noticed creasing and like cakiness around my nose area where I have enlarged pores. But I'm wearing it right now and I don't notice any issues at all. So I don't know what the reasoning is. I know you're supposed to shake the bottle, and so I'm thinking maybe I just shook the bottle really well the times that it did work, and maybe the times it didn't work, maybe I didn't shake it well enough. But I've been using the same primers and everything, so I don't know. It's definitely a mystery to me on how some days it works, some days it doesn't, but I love the finish that it has. The brow product is amazing. Two standout products are the lips and the eyeliner. The eyeliner is the best I've ever tried. Just the way the handle is on this and the way it just like sits in my hand, it just glides so effortlessly, and I'm able to get a little baby wing every time. When I use any other eyeliner, it's a huge mess, but this, it's very easy, very simple. And I recommend this to anybody that has ever struggled with eyeliner. I think it's a game changer and it's fantastic. I've been talking about Rare Beauty for way too long. So in short, Rare Beauty I think is such a great brand. I love what it stands for. If there's any questions that you have about any of these brands that I'm mentioning or product specifics that you want to know, leave a comment down below. I also have 3 dedicated videos to Rare Beauty already up on my channel, and I'll have them linked around the screen, and I'll also put them down below if you're interested. Oh, Patrick Ta. Okay, so Patrick Ta is a recent beauty find for me. Literally within like the past month or 2, I discovered Patrick Ta, specifically the blush duos and the lipsticks. And while I love the lipsticks, I literally have no complaint except for maybe the price point because they are very pricey. The standout product from Patrick Ta has been the cream and powder blushes. These are so incredible. You can go in with a very light hand and you can build it up to however much pigment you want. I absolutely love this. If you're looking for some good blushes and you don't mind spending a little bit more, I highly recommend the Patrick Ta blushes, specifically this one in the shade She's So LA. I thought this was going to be way too brown and almost muddy looking on my skin, but it gives like a very soft, almost peachy glow, and I really can't say enough good things about the Patrick Ta brand. I definitely would recommend them to anybody, and I cannot wait to try more items in 2021. Pur Cosmetics is another brand that I tried this year. I have so far tried the 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation and concealer. I have the Pure Raw Beauty Christy palette, and then I also picked up the Pure Barbie lipsticks. Pure as a whole doesn't really do much for me. There's nothing really exciting about the brand. Like when you think of certain brands, I feel like you have like this certain like aesthetic in your head. You know what I mean? Like when I think of Pure, it's very boring. That's not to say the products are bad. I really like the foundation. The Pure Raw Beauty Christy palette is really nice. I love it. I think it's one of the best palettes of the year. I've heard through many different people that the Raw Beauty Christy palette is 10 times better formula, 10 times better quality than their other palettes. I've looked through Pure's website. None of their other palettes really excite me. A lot of their products don't excite me at all. Like I said, I do have the Barbie lipsticks that they came out with. I bought them because they're freaking cute. They're really pretty shades, but the formula is not really anything special. I 100% got these to collect them. Okay, so next up I want to talk about Propa Beauty. This is another lipstick brand that I discovered this year. I don't know if they're going to be coming out with other items other than lipsticks. I do hope so because I really love everything about the brand. They are super affordable. They're $12 a piece, and they do have sales, I feel, pretty often, whether it's 15–20% off. They are such beautiful, high quality lipsticks. They come in a bunch of different shades, and they're so beautifully pigmented and creamy, very long lasting. They're not matte, so if you are eating and drinking, they will come off, but they don't feather, they don't smudge all over your face. I just went on the website to make sure I had the pricing right, and look, there's me. That's so funny. But yeah, anyway, these are gorgeous lipsticks. I don't have anything negative to say about them at all. Definitely recommend. I don't know if I'm gonna have any misses for you guys. Juvia's Place has some of the best eyeshadow formulas of any brand I've ever tried, and they are so affordable. For the most part, all the palettes are under $20. Some are even under $15, and they are incredible. They're creamy, they're pigmented, they have beautiful color stories. These are the lipsticks they recently came out with. They just launched a bunch of different tones of lipsticks. I will say people have been raving about these, but I so far just haven't been a huge fan fan of them, which is shocking because I feel like literally every single person that has talked about these is absolutely head over heels for them. They just don't really do it for me. I've just found other lipstick formulas that I've liked a little bit better. Something about them on me, something about the formula, it's almost, I don't know, but they just don't wow me like some other products that I've tried. But the eyeshadow palettes, 100%. They do have other face products too. I know they have foundations, powders, concealers, but so far I've only stuck to the eyeshadows and the lipsticks. Maybe next year I will venture out into the other products that they have, but definitely the eyeshadow palettes, you can't go wrong.
Got lipstick everywhere.
All right, let's talk about Huda Beauty. I think I have found what might be, do I want to say it? I want to say it. The most beautiful bullet lipstick I've ever had in my life. This is, no, this isn't it. Okay, so this is the most beautiful bullet lipstick I think I've ever tried in my entire life. This is a Huda lipstick in the shade Girl Strip. I am obsessed with this. Something about this formula is so good. It is one of the best bullet lipstick formulas that I have tried, and I have been so impressed by her lip products. I've been really enjoying all the Huda Beauty products that I've tried. The eyeshadow palettes, I have the new nudes, and I also recently picked up the Mercury Retrograde palette when it was on sale. I did get a bunch of the bullet lipsticks and the liquid lipsticks, and I have no complaints about any of them. Everything's performed beautifully for me. I know people have said that a lot of her products are heavily scented. I've always wanted to try the Huda baking powder, but with how much everyone has complained about how scented it is, for lip products and eyeshadow, Huda Beauty has been such a top drawer item for me this year. Melt Cosmetics. So I didn't even know what Melt was until probably middle of the year in 2020. I had no idea what they were. I had no idea they existed. I have picked up the Smoke Sessions palette, the Rust palette. No, that's a lie. I just lied to you. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's get to the facts. I have picked up the Gemini palette, the She's in Parties palette, and the Smoke Sessions palette. These are so hit or miss, but I keep coming back for more. I feel like every time I use these, it's so weird. It's kind of like the same thing with the Rare Beauty foundation that I talked about. Sometimes when I use these, it's great, and other times I use these, they're chalky and a patchy mess. Other times they blend beautifully. I don't know what it is, but I'm so drawn to them. I do like them, but like I said, they are so hit or miss. This shade right here, Gemini, I'm like literally digging my finger into it and barely anything is coming up. So here's what I mean. Here's two different shades, two different shimmer shades from the same palette. That gold is so lackluster compared to that green color. So it's like half the shades are great and beautiful. The other half are like, are you from the same palette? I have tried the liquid lipsticks. They're okay. They're very thick. I'm going back to how much I love the Rare Beauty lipsticks because these are so light and fluffy on the lips. It's like a barely there. The Melt liquid lipsticks are very thick and it's a very obvious feeling on your lip, but I don't not like them. They're not the most comfortable. Their bullet lipsticks are fine. They're not my favorite, but they're okay. Like they're nowhere compared to my Huda Beauty lipstick. I did buy the two new Melt Beetlejuice palettes, but since it is around the holidays, they are somewhere in the postal service world. I don't know when they're ever gonna get to me, but I really hope those are going to be great. The reviews I've seen on them so far are really good and I can't wait to play with those. I will definitely have reviews up on my channel once I get them if I ever do. Melt is a very like hit or miss, but I will say whoever comes up with all the campaigns for Melt, those people need a raise. They're so creative and everything that they put out is just so like cool and like edgy and it just fits the brand so well. Like everything makes sense, you know what I mean? And I think that's so important for branding because you have other brands that are just like all over the place and it's like, what is your like vision here. In Melt, I just feel they execute every launch so well and everything just makes sense.
Charlotte Tilbury.
I literally always think of Teresa is dead when I say Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury is like, when I want to be a sophisticated lady, that is what I wear that day. Charlotte Tilbury, I don't know what it is, but when I get a Charlotte Tilbury, how many times can I say Charlotte Tilbury? Take a drink every time I say Charlotte Tilbury. I really love the lipstick formula. It's very, again, very light on the lips, but very beautifully pigmented. It's so, I feel like all the shades are just so like when you put on a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, you get to go, I do have some other products by Charlotte Tilbury. I have this setting spray that everyone was literally losing their marbles over. So this is it right here. I paid way, way, way too much for this, and I haven't noticed any big difference using this aside, like other than my other setting sprays, but I guess I really haven't put it to like the ultimate test because I don't go anywhere, so like I don't know how much destruction I can cause to my face to cause my makeup to start fading and melting off. I've been using the Rare Beauty setting spray and I reach for this more than I reach for this. But like honestly, it's not because this does anything better than this. It's just like I haven't noticed a difference with this, and this was significantly cheaper than this, so it's like I'm not wasting this. I've also been using these three face products. I have the Light Wonder foundation, which I like. It's fine. It's nothing incredible, but I like it. It's a great foundation. I grab it pretty often. The Hollywood Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow. I'm a huge fan of the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and to me, they kind of do the same thing. It's a nice product. I really like it, but it's not like anything different from like my other primers. They both give like a really beautiful like glow from within. Also the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I really like this. I know a lot of people have mixed opinions on this, but I am so fair skinned that these really work nicely for me. This is like a very light bronze color, and then the highlight is just like very subtle. So nothing special, but I like it. I will say I do think Charlotte Tilbury is overpriced for what it is. I do like the lipsticks if you can get them in a bundle or on sale or with like a Sephora discount or something whenever they have sales. I will probably never ever buy an eyeshadow palette from Charlotte Tilbury. One, because I think they're incredibly boring to look at. Nothing about any of her eyeshadow palettes have sparked any sort of interest in me. They just kind of seem blah. They're very boring, to me at least, and I probably would never fork out the money to try that. So before 2020, I honestly had never really heard of Pat McGrath. The only makeup brands that I really knew of prior to this year was like Tarte, Too Faced, Jeffree Star, and that's pretty much all that I knew that was out there. Pat McGrath, it's so expensive. I did buy the holiday palette that recently came out. I'll pop it up right here on the screen. It was the, I believe, $75 or $80 palette that came out for the holidays. And I gotta be honest with you guys, this is the only makeup item that I have ever returned in my life. I just did not think the shades were worth the money. It's very, very possible that I got a dud palette, and I'm not saying anything bad about the brand. I did recently, I'm still waiting on them in the mail. I just ordered them. She was having a sale on all of her lipsticks. They were on sale for $12, which typically they're almost $40 if I'm not mistaken. So I did pick up a few of those, and I do have the Lash Fetish mascara that I've been really enjoying, but I definitely want to try one of her like signature staple palettes. There's some of her palettes that have more mattes in them that I think I want to try, but again, they're very expensive. I've heard nothing but great things about her eyeshadow formula. It's just personally for me, that one just didn't work. Natasha Denona is another brand that I never heard of before until this year, and I have been using the Glam palette that I recently picked up a few weeks ago, and it's beautiful. The formula is like no other. It's so creamy. I absolutely have fallen in love with it. This is what it looks like right here. I love the formula so much. I definitely see what the hype is about. I know she has those bigger eyeshadow palettes that are like $125, $130, and maybe they're even more expensive. I will never, mark my words, I will never spend that much on an eyeshadow palette, but these are in the $65 range, and for the formula, I really like it. There's two other palettes that I have my eye on. I want the Love palette and also the Bronze palette. I want those so bad, but I'm trying to like be good. We'll see how long that lasts. I tried Hourglass for the first time this year. The Vanish Stick Foundation has easily become one of my favorites, and I did pick up the holiday sets when they came out. So these little babies right here, I've been really enjoying these. I think they're really beautiful, and I've been really gravitating towards these, but I will say it's very disappointing, their lack of inclusion in their colors that they put out. And from what I've seen, it's very like, it's almost like a slap in the face, because people have been telling Hourglass, from what I have seen, people have been asking and telling Hourglass like they need to put out deeper shades for people. Like, people with deeper skin tones cannot use these products. It's too light. And it's just really frustrating, because you know that Hourglass sees all those complaints, all those comments, and it's like, why aren't you doing anything about it? I guess they just recently reformulated one of their like popular products. I don't know which one. I briefly read about it. They reformulated it and put it out, but they didn't make any shades suitable for deeper skin tones. And that's just like, if people are telling you, first of all, people shouldn't have to tell you to make a shade range for every skin tone. You know what I mean? Like, that shouldn't have to be something you're told. But the fact that people are telling you that you need to expand your shade range so that variety of skin tones can use your product, that want to buy your product, and you just ignore that, it just doesn't sit well with me. So while I like these products, I don't think I've ever talked about them on my channel. I've maybe talked about the foundation, but I won't. I guess I am right now. But I'm telling you like why I'm not talking about them. I'm probably not going to buy anything else from Hourglass until they fix it. So yeah. Lunar Beauty is another brand that I'm just going to briefly talk about because they kill it. Lunar Beauty is owned by Manny MUA, and he has killed it with Lunar Beauty. Aside from the packaging being just like insanely beautiful and so unique, the formula is one of the best. I'm obsessed with the lip gloss. I'm not a lip gloss girl. I definitely am more of a matte lipstick. But when it comes to lip gloss, Lunar Beauty's gloss formula is what I put in my purse at all times. I love it so much. I have nothing but good things to say about it, and I cannot wait to see what else he comes out with. I have not tried any of the highlighters because the lightest one that I need for my skin tone is constantly sold out. Okay, so very recently I did a review on Sassy by Savannah, and I gave it like an okay review, but after going back and playing with the product some more, I went back and watched the review that I did, and something that like, I don't know if this is a thing or if this is even possible, but something that I said was, it's like when you take off that first layer of shadow, there's nothing but dusty and patchiness underneath it. It's like that first initial dip of the brush, it's great, but then now that palette has been tainted and ruined and it is not good. The eyeliner is already dried completely out. I used it that one time for the video, and then I went to play with it the next day and it was like so dried out. So overall, I did not like Sassy by Savannah. Honestly, it's not worth the money. Ofra liquid lipsticks are so good. I do have some of the highlighters. I like the highlighters, but I'm not like completely blown away by them like I am the liquid lipsticks. They are so good. They are one of the best liquid lipstick formulas out there. You can quote me on it. I do wish the packaging was a little bit like cuter. Like, I don't know, this packaging is just super boring to me, but the product inside is so good. So I guess that's all that really matters. But like when I look at this, I'm not like, ooh, the formula, unbeatable. So I also tried Makeup Geek for the first time this year, and I ended up getting the Big Matrix palette. It is this guy right here, and I've really been enjoying it. I think the shadows are really, really nice. I have no complaints about these. I also have another little quad of just the shimmers, and the shimmers are some of the best that I've tried ever. I heard of Sydney Grace for the first time this year, and I have one palette that I tried, and it is the Tiny Marvels palette that they collaborated with Mel Thompson. It is this little cutie right here, and this has again become one of like the best formulas of eyeshadow I think I've ever tried. They're so creamy and they're so beautiful, and these shades are just like, honestly, like nothing I've ever tried before. Like they are, oh, insane. So this was such a great discovery for me this year because I cannot wait to pick up some more palettes. The formula, if it's the same as it is in this palette, perfection. Absolutely perfection, no complaints. Midas Cosmetics is another brand that I found this year. I've really enjoyed their eyeshadow formula, and I think they come out with some really interesting color stories. I haven't been disappointed. They're very reasonably priced, and it's an indie brand, and I think it's so important to support indie brands right now, so definitely go check them out. So I discovered Glamlight this year, and these shadows, you guys, I cannot lie to you, for something so stupid looking, these are fantastic eyeshadows. I cannot tell you guys enough good things about Glamlight's formula. The packaging on some of them is like, what is that? Like, can you imagine like going over to your friend's house, like going out for the night and to do your makeup, and this is what you pull out of your bag? Can you imagine? Gang's all here. This is the ugliest packaging I've ever seen. This might be just because I'm vegan, but that is beef. That is beef on your eyeshadow palette. It's so gross. It doesn't sit well with me, but goodness, look at those colors. I'm telling you, it's beautiful, and the formula is good. I just hate the packaging. I really just don't like this packaging. Personally, I just don't want ground beef on my eyeshadow palette. I don't know, maybe it's just me. So I tried a Colored Rain palette this year, and it was the Queen of Hearts palette. I got it pretty recently. They were doing like a major sale. It was like a flash sale that they did on their website. This is it right here. I got it because everyone and their mother and their father and their grandmother was talking about how great this palette was. I used it once so far, so I definitely need to play around with it again, but I just like didn't see, oh, that's pretty though. Oh, those are pretty colors. I don't know. I used it once and I didn't really see what was so special about it, but I'm gonna play with it again. But overall, I just like wasn't super impressed by it. One Size Beauty just came out this year, and I've been really enjoying the eyeshadow palette and the eye toppers. It wasn't what I was expecting. When we heard Patrick Starr was coming out with a makeup line and he was coming out with an eyeshadow palette, I think everyone was expecting a little more like pizzazz, and when the reveal happened, it was like, oh. But I do think this is a really pretty palette. I've heard that the face powders are really great, but so far I've been liking the eyeshadow palette, and then the glitter eye toppers that he came out with are incredible. I absolutely love those. I definitely can't wait to see what else he comes out with. So lastly, I want to talk about these brushes that I discovered this year. They're so good and they're so beautiful. They are the blinged brushes. This is what they look like. They are the most beautiful brushes to ever exist of all time ever. Not only are they so beautiful, like they're so beautiful to look at, but they're so good. They're cruelty free, they're so soft, and they are my favorite brushes. I did try BK Beauty brushes, which are really nice. They're so high quality and I absolutely loved them. But between the two, blinged brushes has my heart because how beautifully stunning that they are. Okay, so I have been sitting here for a very, very, very long time just talking. I hope I can edit this down at least a little bit, or else I am so sorry if you're still sitting here. I appreciate you so much. Again, if you are from Brits channel, thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate it so much, and I really, really hope that you decide to subscribe and stay. It would mean so much to me. And thank you so much to Brit for collabing with me on this video. I appreciate it so much. You have no idea. I really look up to you on here. I think you are so kind and you really just are on the grind all the time. And I hope you know how much I admire you, and I'm so appreciative for you reaching out to me to do this with you. And yeah, it means a lot. So if you have not subscribed to Brit's channel yet, what are you doing? I'm gonna have all of her information and all of her social media links down below. Please go subscribe to her and watch her videos. And next time she does a live stream, go hop in, join the chat. I'll probably be there, and we can say hi to each other, high five, all that good stuff. So yeah, that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys